It's amazing how far UTVs have come, and not just in the race industry, just for anybody just to go out and ride, just so they have the opportunity to do more in different terrain.
For 1981, Honda introduces the great American fun machine, the all-new, all-excitement ATC 250R.
A lot of people think that this sport really evolved in the last, 10 to 15 years, but it's funny to look back. There's so many signs of this starting decades ago.
This is the amazing Suzuki Quad Sport. It has more headroom than fine American luxury cars.
All the players that we see today started doing something else, whether it be snow, whether it be moto. The military trying to design utility vehicles in order to be able to get to less accessible places.
After grueling tests, the Army fell in love. Soldiers first shortened general purpose to GP, or Jeep.
Companies like Polaris, Yamaha, Kawasaki, they all had platforms that started either in utility, snow, water. This has been a long time coming, and it's evolved it far beyond where we ever thought it would go.
The Yamaha Rhino 660 Automatic.
Ranger Razor delivers. Exclusive front and rear anti-sway bars keep the chassis flat in the corners.
If you want industry-leading performance, there's only one answer. Can-Am Maverick. The ride says it all.
I truly believe that the popularity of the sport is because it is so social. It's engaged with family and friends, it's easy to meet up, and it doesn't matter what you're driving or where you're going, these vehicles are capable of getting there.
I've been into it since the very beginning when Ranger was, just a utility vehicle for hauling hay around or dirt around your property. So, I've watched the evolution from, I'd say, like 2002 to present.
I was just talking to a guy a little while ago that had a Jeep, and he sold his Jeep to get a side-by-side, because with his side-by-side, he can come out here and he can rock crawl, and he can go out to the dunes, and he can rip the dunes for a couple of days. He can go overland camping with his family. They're a lot smaller, more nimble, and more capable.
Yeah, they gave us the keys to this thing. It's a rental, keep in mind. So we got it over here trying to enter it into the rock crawl competition. Got it hung up, so now we're letting air out of the tires just so we can get it out of here.
People are looking at us like, bro, what are they doing?
I'm looking at us like, what are we doing?
There's like some kind of torque limiter per mile an hour. Once the tires got turning, all of a sudden it lights, and you're like, oh yeah, and then wah, wah, wah. He said it gets super off camera up there. He's like, bro, if y'all can't make it right here on the regular trail.
The UTV market and this industry has made getting to travel and see the world, actually, not just the US, but the world, outside of suburban neighborhoods, accessible to basically anyone.
The whole size of the car.
The power levels. I remember my Yamaha Rhino was, I think, 24 horsepower stock, and we could go 42 miles an hour, and that was ripping. we thought we were ripping. Now, we've got 170, 180, 190 horsepower turbocharged vehicles.
This UTV market has created really a phenomenon over the past few years where you can include your family. You can get one vehicle to do multiple types of riding, and it's way less expensive and just the same amount of thrill as having one vehicle for each type of riding. So for me, that's really exciting.
These machines are designed so that you can buy one from the dealership and get right on the trails, in the dirt, in the woods, and experience all of these off-road and beautiful landscapes and sceneries without having to make too many modifications. So it's really opened up all these parks and territories to so many more people. UTV market is just insane.
So I fell in love with the UTV for the first time when I knew I could start bringing my family with us. We used to do all these camping trips with all the guys, and we'd be out on Banshees and Yamaha Raptors out in the desert, but we'd be riding by ourselves. And as soon as I bought that first XP, I was able to bring my wife with me, and she was my partner, and it just changed the whole way we did camping. And we started bringing friends out, and then they start coming out with the four-seaters and go riding and take these long trips and go to destinations and really explore the desert.
from him racing to recreational. I mean, the first time I ever went to the sand dunes was with him, and we've obviously haven't stopped ever since.
It's opened doors for people that couldn't see places like this and couldn't come right out here where they have the same vehicle that they're gonna go camping with their family this weekend. So man, it's opened doors for people to experience stuff that they never would have got to see.
Sand Hollow is truly amazing for the UTV rider. It brings so much diversity in terrain, from sand hills to slick rock trails to descents, everything in between. We partnered up with Trail Hero because it's such a motorsports driven entity that we wanted to bring power sports to it. So hence Trail Hero Side-by-Side Rally, and it really delivered more than what we could ask for.
It's because of dedicated individuals like yourself coming out here from all over the world. We've got 7 different countries here. We got our buddies from Mexico, right over there. Got some guys from Israel. Hey, Israel right there. We got some guys from Alabama. So thanks guys again, appreciate it, and have fun.
Cardo Tracks is the one that puts this all together, and it will literally tell you which trail is which by name, and you don't need to worry about it because there's so many trails that we're not going to go on.
It's pretty incredible to throw an event that some of the big personalities and even UTV racing wanted to come out to.
All right, we just landed out here at the Trail Hero Side-by-Side Rally. We're in the staging area, got all our Can-Ams rigged out, got Cody Curry and those guys with us. We got a crazy day of riding, but first, we gotta get some breakfast.
You always want to open up with a bang. And one of the things that we wanted to do on day one was to put a ride together that A, was a trail that no one had bid on, and B, throw a little curveball in the mix. We brought in guys from Monster Energy Can-Am like Cody Curry, Dustin Jones and his sidekick Quentin, and put them in the seat like they're used to, but put them in a different terrain. We invited the guys from EFX Tires, and I asked our friend Emily to jump in the passenger seat.
Take my helmet.
I had to think, well, I get off Monday. I work night shift in the ER, so I got off Monday morning and I knew I had to have flight as soon as I got off. So like, there was no sleep. I slept in the airplane maybe 2 hours. 2 guys sitting next to me. I'm like, all right, which shoulder am I gonna sleep on? But I just came straight here. In this industry, sometimes it's like that, but I love it so much, so it's worth it.
To get your vehicles out here, the expenses of coming out here and doing things like this, it's tough for us coming from Louisiana. And so that struggle would be way outweighed if you didn't truly love it and we weren't really passionate about what we get to do.
The cool stuff with this is there's a lot of rivers over here. There's a lot of what's it called? Like kind of off-camber paths that run along the rivers. You have super high peaks. So I've been told some of the
I don't
scenery.
think we could have picked a better week because the weather has been beautiful. I like the sun out right now.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody was complaining it was cold this morning, but they're gonna love the weather once we hit the dirt. So there's like slick rock, and then there's like desert rock, right? So the cool part about slick rock is massive traction. Okay. So you don't have like that, I need to power up this.
Woo! to get some sand in my face.
You don't have to power through everything. You can take slow technicals. It's but it's really hard on equipment.
But it's more slower though, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
gonna say very slow.
Average speed, especially on technical stuff, is probably like, I don't know, 10.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, it's super slow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bet it makes a very, very long day, or just depends.
Yeah, but you're used to like 100-mile, 500-mile desert races.
I'm used to going fast.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
This is like 11-mile rock trails.
Hey.
Yeah.
Still off-roading, and I'll take it.
Exactly.
That energy, that thrill you get when you, like the sand that kicks up if you have a car in front of you, like instant. I was like, yes, this is what I've been waiting for. And it's hard to explain if you've never been in it.
We started off the trail super easy.
Hey Cody, someone's trying to grab you, can you hear me?
Right in the desert, easy terrain, but most people kind of forgot that it was a guided trail, and as we dropped over the ridge, that's when the real fun happened. Thankfully, we hired some guides for that ride because, again, a lot of these guys had not been on this trail, including myself.
When I get into my race car and I race this type of terrain, I never get to look past 50 yards in front of my car. I never look around me and see what's there. But to come out here for one of these events, when I get invited to these ambassador rides, it's my opportunity to take that step back and smell the roses of all the progress that we've made over the past, 8 or 9 years.
I don't know why they're getting out of the water. I feel right at home over here.
Oh my God, did you hear that? How on earth did that hit me across both eyeballs so hard? Oh my God.
Touched both eyes?
Dude.
Oh man, now I'm just gonna get your shoes
You know
wet
when you
as
press
all.
your eyeball, the back of your eyeball hurts?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it hit him that hard. Oh
How did
my.
one weed get both eyes?
You hear it smack?
Uh-huh. Sounded like a wet popping noise.
Ow.
Right against your eyeballs?
Yeah, I don't even know what catapulted it towards my face.
Probably that A-pillar pulled it back like a freaking cartoon limb.
Ah.
Ooh. Yeesh.
Dude, this water's kind of muddy. I feel like we might be able to find some snakes.
While we were running the river trail and really getting an idea of what we were in store for, we had another group up on Sand Mountain getting ready for their ride into Plan B.
I was like, hey, there's a bathroom right there.
Jeez, you can't just slam the door open.
I didn't. I held it all the way open. Why don't you mind your own business? It's not.
So another guy out here at Trail Heroes, Branden Sims. He's a desert racer for Polaris Razor.
Hello, there you go. That's my girl.
I can't see me.
I met Branden when I was like 15. He was actually the best man at a wedding. And then about a year and a half later, I got a text. I didn't respond. And then we ended up dating. You want any of this?
No, thanks.
It's safe to say that most UTV enthusiasts are a little bit of a kid at heart. Branden Sims, big kid, big heart.
You have issues.
Why, because I hit the berm?
Because you hit everything.
I take the road less traveled.
Yeah.
I like to push the limits as much as I can. When we went out on Plan B, we were able to, there's options that you can choose. There's also, easy lines that you can kind of take, and I'm always trying to find the ones off to the side. They call them kind of like side options or, a harder option line. And I really like doing those. I like to find the limit of me, my machine, and I also like to get the adrenaline pumping. That's kind of what gets me going is, being scared and not knowing if you're going to be able to, make the obstacle.
He's probably a little bit more enthusiastic with some things, I'm kind of a chicken when it comes to some of the rock stuff. I even told him, how do you have so much adrenaline going when you're not even hardly moving? Sims? Brandon Dale?
What?
I don't love it.
Why?
And my heart's beating 100 miles an hour. And he's like, I know. But then we go 80 through the desert and it's like, oh, this is fine. Woo! Sweet baby Jesus!
There's only a wicked cliff back there.
I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Hell yeah.
Whew. And he's like, I know, it's something completely different. So he's probably a little bit more enthusiastic with some of the risk-taking stuff than I am. But as far as going out and having a good time, I think we're pretty equally excited.
The nice thing about Sand Hollow and that Plan B trail is there's so many options that you can get your adrenaline pumping, and that's one thing I really liked about that is having side obstacles or push me and my machine to the limit. Rack me awake. If we ever go to roll, do not grab the door.
I didn't mean to.
I know, I'm just letting you know. Don't get mad.
I'm not.
You don't have to turn it off. I just couldn't.
Fine.
Oh my gosh.
Bailey is so funny. We sat down at Red Robin with her and just listening to her like bicker back and forth. She's so funny.
They're always bickering, but it's hilarious.
It is. They like fight like brother and sister.
I like living on the edge and I like to push the limits. And she's like, I don't really like to do that, you know? It's just kind of, we got, you know, a different relationship where it tends to somehow work out, but a lot of things we don't see eye to eye on. Everybody's going the easy way. These four-seaters should just go up everything.
I don't want to go up it.
Oh, why?
What do you mean, why?
I was going to check it out.
I figured.
What?
I figured. That was way easier than it looked.
And man, that was such a unique experience because it was a good mixture of rock crawling, good fun trail riding, and then the creek crossings to where you could get in the water, you could splash around and have fun. So we're really low speeds, you know, staying below 15 miles an hour. There's certain technical aspects of each type of riding that you really kind of accrue from doing it over a long period of time. And that's really exciting for us because we get to travel so much and see so much of it that we get to see all the aspects, man. It's just a different dynamic and it makes it a really cool sport to be a part of.
I wonder how cold this water is.
I imagine it's pretty chilly.
Let me just find out. Oh, it's cold, cold.
Oh yeah, 50 degrees.
It's swimming hole cold for sure. Whatever it takes. Hey, y'all get that thing out of the way. This is the RC edition. So rock crawling.
Let's just show you. Stay left a little bit. Stay. There you go. All right. There you go. All right. Come on my way. Oh yeah. Look, they're about to have the side of that thing tore up. Look at them. Look how bound up they got it. They're going to have to bounce it. They're going to have to go.
Give it a gallon.
Have you ever heard the term shower down?
Take your high heels off and goose it.
His passenger is not freaking having it, bro. We're just joking, chill out.
I think it's two of the EFX salesmen, and that's their display car.
It's super freaking nice.
Yeah, it is.
There you go. Now crank it down. Left. Go. Go, go, go.
All right, let's try to tear a rear fender off this one.
I think we're gonna shoot the gap.
Yeah.
Drive it like you stole it.
It's a rental.
Just hit that rock right there.
Yes, sir. Good?
Yeah, go for it, whatever. Oh, hey, you're in our line, sir. You wanna line up the back end over here and shoot through the middle? We're gonna come. You wanna go over?
Can I back up more?
Go back to all four spin. Swing over there and line up. Come on, hard right. Alright, come my way. You can come my way if you need to, D. You got plenty of room over here. Alright, yeah.
When you put yourself in an unknown trail ride and you add water and you add boulders the size of your UTV, it's going to add challenges, no doubt.
Don't even applaud that.
Point in his face and say, that's how you do it.
Don't even applaud that because that wasn't even difficult.
No.
Don't even act like that was no big deal.
When we get back in these mountain trails, such a small percentage of the population will ever see these areas that we're riding. And I get to do it in something that I love to do. So these rides of low pressure with our friends, no obligation, is where I really get to enjoy everything that we've put into this.
There went a center cap.
100%.
Sorry about that center cap I just tore off, Cody.
One of the things preparing for Trail Hero was Dustin had to find a vehicle. But the guys at Curry Enterprises stepped up and gave him a rental unit.
All right, there's a rock. Yeah, stay left. Yeah.
Cody, please keep in mind that I'm doing all of this for the gram, okay?
Dustin, knowing that he was in a rental unit, generally means that there's going to be a little bit more havoc, but he also knew he had to give it back and he was going to have to deal with the Currys.
That might be the most dust I've ever eaten.
You think?
Bro, we was eating some dust.
This race has always been crazy for us. Winning the Mint 400 our first time out, to the second time out, completely yard selling the car.
Our group at S3 Powersports has a really unique dynamic that we've stuck to our core group for, all 8 or 9 years that we've been in business. And we've got a couple of guys in our whole group that are really passionate about what they do. And so it makes it easy for us to work together all day, race together in the most stressful situations, come out here and enjoy the fruits of our labor and get to ride on all these vehicles that we work on every day. So it's really a unique dynamic to where everything comes full circle. It started off as just a group of buddies that liked riding together and turned into what S3 Powersports is today from a small shop in Louisiana.
DJ, got clear course, go ahead. Off the 10,000 boys, thank you very much.
But at the end of the day, it's still our buddies getting together, and you can see it when we interact, and you can see it in the dynamic of our group that it's truly what we love, man. And it gives me chill bumps to talk about it now because I still get to ride. To me, I still get to ride with my friends whenever we go out on the bikes. And it makes me almost emotional because it's still that to me, man. They're my family. They're what we've had blood, sweat, and tears for the past 8 or 9 years to build S3 Powersports and get to this point. It seems crazy, especially, because I come from a mechanical engineering background and I've got a degree in that. And Despite the country accent and so much slang that I use and how difficult I am to understand, I actually was really educated. I did well in school. I graduated the top, 20% of my class in mechanical engineering. But I did that for a while. I was a project manager at a mechanical engineering firm. I worked that office job. And when the opportunity came up to start S3 Powersports, I was young, dumb, and at that point I had nothing to lose. But looking back, I don't know what I would do if I wasn't doing this. And I think it boils down to, even while I was doing my job, even while I was working at that mechanical firm, every spare second I had, I was doing this anyways.
I race a Polaris RZR Turbo. Thank you. So ever since I started racing, my goal was to follow my dad and learn how to race. That was my number one goal. I've always just been on his butt, whether it's short course or desert. I love being behind my dad, following him.
Ooh, that's a big one, huh?
He has taught me everything that I know, and I'm very grateful for that.
What happened, Randy?
Well, I had some guy that didn't want to get out of my way during the race this past weekend, so I had to show him the bumper, but I forgot it didn't have a bumper. So I got a little damage.
So if you ever roll up to the Romo's house out in Henderson, Nevada, look like the regular house, right? Regular American household, until you open the garage.
The many razors, yes, we have 8 Polaris razors currently, and we are thinking of adding a few more.
Do you need all the razors?
No, but it's fun to have. We have 3 people in our family and 8 razors. We do not need all these razors. It's in the back of one of the trucks. So at first, I didn't really know what much of these parts were.
We need a bigger ladder, Casey.
But being around it for years and watching my dad, I've gotten to learn what every single part is.
Romo's gonna get it. I'm afraid of heights.
Yeah, as you said,
Are you holding it? Are you
holding it?
Both hands?
It's not going nowhere.
No, put your hands on it. We've accumulated so many spares because every razor needs multiple spares for going to the sand dunes or trail riding or racing, just in case you break something or decide to hit somebody, you have an extra spare fender. Stay here.
Now you gotta get down.
Parts everywhere in this garage, you just gotta find them.
You gotta know where they are.
You gotta have the right size ladder.
Everywhere.
Okay, there you go, yeah.
It's always good to have spares in case some asshat gets in front of you.
We fully prep every car because every race is won in the garage, and so to trust somebody with these race cars that you are spending so much money and putting this time into, it's very scary to trust somebody else's prep and to make sure that they're checking every nut and bolt on these razors to get you to the finish line. It takes a lot of money, a lot of time, but if you win a Best in Desert race, you can get paid by Best in Desert, or Polaris RZR has contingency, and some other sponsors offer contingency money as well. So you can make your money back by doing good in racing.
What, baby?
Nothing, absolutely nothing. I'm praying.
I couldn't hear you. I couldn't tell if it was you talking.
You didn't even hear what I said.
What's that?
You didn't even hear what I said.
Huh, what'd you say?
I'm praying.
Oh. She has a saying, and I hear it a lot. She says, it's your world, I'm just living in it. So basically, yes, I'm always extremely enthusiastic about any trip that involves razor riding. She's like, don't you ever get tired of it? And I'm like, no, that's the only thing I really want to do in my spare time.
Okay.
Okay, what? We gotta go this way.
We don't?
We do.
Why?
It's the way out.
I guess I'd rather slowly roll over than fast.
That's the one thing good about rock crawling. As long as you keep your hands and feet, everything inside,
You're not gonna get hurt, really?
Just scratch up my car.
Well, you're more worried about her than me anyway.
Well, you couldn't get hurt, hon. Like I said, as you keep your hands inside your car, you're good. She's like, well, can't we go to the beach or something? Or, go on a real vacation? I'm like, nah, I want to go razor riding.
Yeah, we'll go to the beach that has sand dunes and we'll ride, and I'll take you down to the beach in the razor.
So yeah, there are times where she would much rather go to a tropical vacation or something, and I'm the one that basically is like, well, I'm going here, so you can go to the beach, but I'm gonna go here. You're welcome to come, but you can do your own thing too. But this is where I'm going. And then she's like, oh, well, it's your world, I'm living it. I guess I'll go with you. Going down stuff's actually way easier.
Yeah,
You can just slide.
as long as you don't go end over end.
Yeah, that is an option.
I'm like, we come out here and it is so much fun. I think it works out great for both of us.
Take me down, take me all the way down tonight.
He cares more than he typically shows.
She goes to work in the morning. She's a dental assistant at the local Kids-Am dentistry office, which pediatrics, which is right down the street, fortunately too. So she'll come home and we'll eat lunch together. I basically live in, I think, a beautiful town, Prescott Valley, Arizona. It's pretty centrally located in Arizona. We're about 5,200 foot of elevation. We get all 4 seasons, centrally located between Phoenix and Flagstaff. We got lots of awesome riding here, and it's been my home for 34 years now. I bought a house here before I even started racing or anything, and I was kind of running my race program out of my dad's shop. And he was kind of getting on me about taking up room, and I had kind of took one of his bays out of his shop, and he said, that's a bay that I could be making money out of. And I said, I got it. I'm trying to work out, building the shop at my house. And so finally, I saved up enough money, and I hired a contractor to come in, and I built a 2,000 square foot shop at my house. So basically, 50 feet out of my back door, I've got a 2,000 square foot shop that's actually bigger than my house. So I think I've got it the way that all the guys want it, a bigger garage than their house, which is what I've got here, We see each other, for lunch, dinner, and then for a little bit after that, now that I've been able to transition to being a full-time racer, I do have a little bit more time after she gets home from work, so we'll go in and watch some TV or a movie or something, and usually I've got my laptop in my lap, and I'm, making a parts order or writing emails or stuff like that, and she's watching TV, and I try to, watch a little bit of it, but, most of the time I'm trying to multitask, whether it's making parts lists or something like that, so I'm always got, one thing going on, making a list for the next race, so that's basically how our day-to-day life goes.
Bringing people together in any environment, there's always the cohesiveness of commonalities. UTV is the commonality of this group. We all love off-road, we all love outdoors, and this is what we do. So you get them together in an environment, they support each other, they get to know each other, they become friends by the end of the weekend.
Sierra Romo know of her name. I've seen her racing. I've never actually got to meet her. So I had the opportunity this week to meet her and go on a trail ride with her, and we just clicked.
Ready.
Today's ride we've experienced sand dunes, which is our second home. This is where we started off-roading. We've hit the trails, which from our house, we literally can drive 200, 300, 400, 500 miles on trails like this. So we're used to the trails, we're used to the dunes. The rocks, not so much. We're kind of new to the rock stuff. You know, we're looking forward to a lot more riding this weekend.
Woo! Oh my God, loved it, yes!
Dune riding is like no other.
I'm just like, sometimes like, holding on, this goes fast.
The way that the car reacts, there's a little bit of reduced traction, there's a little bit more flotation, there's a little bit more give to it, but it can also bite you if you don't pay attention.
When Polaris introduced the Razors, it became a game changer for us. We were literally riding golf carts. When the UTVs came around, it gave us a whole different avenue to get to all the spots we can go higher and further, safer.
You know, you're out with a whole bunch of your friends, and someone points at something and goes, I think I can make it up that.
On top over there.
And at that point, you're like, yeah, I call bull. I call bull.
No, so basically you got to climb up this rock right here, and then you're sitting out here, and you literally got to crawl up that ledge right there to get up on top right here.
You doing it? I'll do it. Hell yeah. I'm gonna videotape.
You know, Ryan from Fuel that was out with us, he pointed at something, and I didn't want anything to do with that trail.
Yeah, me too.
Let's go, Ryan. I'm in, let's go.
But, you know, you've got to go with the flow and have confidence in these machines.
We recognize that our sport is a commitment on all levels: time, money, energy. And a lot of people say that just seems like a lot of effort to go out and go fire up a UTV and ride on a trail. But people don't realize what you can experience when you're doing all this. You like travel? Go to new places and ride. You like food? Go to states where you can literally enjoy everything from picnics to restaurants and events like this that bring massive amounts of people. I don't think that there's any hobby out there that the UTV industry can't really coincide with. We get hikers and mountain bikers and campers. We can do it all. Just bring your side-by-side with you. We may go 10 miles, we may go 100 miles, but we always stop, tell our stories, what happened, and Sand Hollow is ideal for that. If you look at Sand Hollow as a whole for riding, you have everything from Sunday cruises that you barely may get a bump in the road to some of the most extreme rock crawling that you could ever experience. Depends on what your adrenaline rush is. One of the things that I'm so thankful for is the people in this sport. The UTV industry has really developed some incredible brands, and the people that work for them, we work, live, and love what we do. Bringing them out to come ride together, it's not just about marketing. It's not just about brand placement. We actually enjoy each other's company. We help each other through the trails, and we're gonna do new things together because of moments like this. They work in the industry, and that's Monday through Friday. But even on the weekends, they're still out here. Whether there's an event going on or not, we'd be riding.
Just pretty much not worried about anything with the 35s on it. Just
I mean, what better place to test all of our product, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, that's what I like. I mean, it's almost, this is our office right now.
Yeah.
For the next couple days.
Yeah. It's our office.
Yes.
He's a Super Bowl baby.
Really? That's what he likes the 49ers so much.
I think my parents and I get along so great because I'm very grateful for what I have. I mean, not many kids my age can say that they have 3 race cars and travel every weekend and, you know, do whatever they want. And so for me, it's like I respect my parents a lot for giving me these opportunities. And so I have nothing to, you know, get aggravated about or, you know, fight with my mom. And so all of us, we get along really good because I have a great life. I mean, even when you guys are not here, we love each other so much. And my niece, my sister, we are together every single day. And it's crazy how much time we spend together. My mom and I work in the office all day together. And then we travel on the weekends with each other. We're in the truck for hours at a time, and we get along perfectly.
It's kind of amazing.
I know, it's
Do you know
crazy.
any other families like that?
No. All of my best friends, they always like come over and they're like, can I come talk to your mom? Like, she's a cool mom and she understands. And they always fight with their parents. And I'm just like, wait, you fight with your parents? Like, to me, it's very abnormal.
So, with your everyday life, with you, I don't know what you're into outside of racing, but I can only imagine it's your life. But do your friends or other people that just come up to you would ever guess that you're into off-road racing?
You know, they really don't. Like, especially getting my nails done, getting my hair done, or
eyelashes
done.
Eyelashes we got going on.
And they're like, oh, what do you do for fun? And like, you try to explain it, and they're like, no way. Like,
You
you
never
don't
fit the part.
You
Yeah,
don't
I
do
get
that.
it, yeah.
There's no way. And I'm like, oh, if only you knew.
It was a very fun ride. You know, we got to talk about females in off-road, the family, and, you know, all while driving in this beautiful Sand Hollow, Utah.
2 peas in a pod, like best friends already. Like, I didn't know I could click with girls so well, but we have so much in common. Like, since the industry's growing, like, there's gonna be some people you haven't met yet, but you want to meet. And she is one of the girls I've always wanted to meet.
So what do you tell your friends, or what do you tell people that like happen to see you do off-road racing but would never guess that you're a part of it? Like, do you just explain to them? Do you have to show them? Do you show them videos? Or?
You know, it's kind of really hard to explain what you do to somebody who doesn't understand this world. You know, you try to like, I strap in a race car and I go race speeds for 9 to 12 hours at a time, and they're like, what? Like,
so they pretty much would never guess it.
Oh,
so
no,
are you more of a girly girl outside of the race car? Or is it like, or could someone like, yeah, that girl's a racer?
No, I am very much a girly girl. Like, on the day-to-day life, like, I'm in a dress. I love getting my eyelashes done.
High five to you, because I love it. I'm the same way.
I'm like, this morning I had to do my eyeshadow and, you know, get my nails done, and I'm very much a girly girl. And
So
that's
are you like, telling me there's a makeup kit in this toolbox up here for me? Okay,
always
perfect.
carry spares.
It's like I have my family and then I have another family in my life. So it feels really good.
If anything,
Yeah, it's been a good day out here, and we just got made through the first section, the first stage. We're coming into lunch, and we're gonna hit the second stage. Dustin, how do you feel about it?
You know, it was a real rough day, man. We had a good run going. You know, car had a couple problems, but it wasn't the car's problem. You know, it was there's a lot of rocks out here, man. Them rocks tough, especially when you're trying to squeeze between them and try to pinch you down. It's like grabbing your right between the legs. You know, with them twisting a little bit, and we don't want to get done twist off, so we're just gonna keep going.
Dustin and Quentin really got into game mode.
Then we're gonna put this thing in rock mode.
Hard right. Where are you trying to go?
Maybe through there.
All right, you got to get your tire on the other side of this rock and keep going, keep going, keep going. Come on, come on, come on. We're not gonna do it. Hey, you're gonna have to be lined up more over there.
You're skinny.
No.
It's too skinny right here.
I think if we lined up over here, D, and ran our tire along that ridge, you see what I'm saying, and then drop the front end off.
Yeah, we probably could do that. Let me see if it will get itself out of here. If not, yeah.
Hard left, hard left. Hard left. There you go. All right.
Ow!
Just hold on, we're lined up, just hold on. All right, hard right. We're off the rock. We're off the rock. We're off the rock over here. If you go right, D, there you go.
Woo, it ain't gonna fit.
We gotta have the tire up on this one. But even then, what are we gonna do when we hit that one?
I think it's too tight. Cody, shut up! I'm nervous enough, okay? I'm already nervous enough.
On the throttle.
All right. All right. There you go.
Lap, 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 lap.
There we go.
Yep, all hard lap.
There we go, there we go. There we go.
Woo! Yeah.
A lot of the I actually remember this moment very distinctly. There was a spot that we got hung up in the river. Yeah, I got hung up in the river for about 45 minutes to an hour. First thing I thought about when I cleared it was, where's lunch? Looking at my watch, realized we were hours behind. So we made up some time after the big rocks.
That's the only stuff that I literally wish I could make the whole thing out of leg sand so I can see everything. Because every time you get down there, like, where is that rock again? I can't see.
And that's why I kept asking. I'm like, how am I on this? I felt like I already passed this.
Well, I kept thinking like, okay, it will slide right over here. The skid plate for sure will slide on this, and it would it was like
the car sits down and just goes straight.
Yeah, it does.
15 miles an hour.
And it was right there from the beginning.
It might be miserable, but I'm already wet when you both the already.
What was that going on, Chef?
So we've been riding, great time. It's unbelievable we're out here riding. We got some really good people with us, a good group of experienced riders, man, and we're traversing, creeks and rock obstacles and doing some of the coolest stuff that you can imagine. And then we stop here where they're cooking tacos for us down in this creek, this ravine where we just get to hang out and eat, man. And it really puts everything into perspective when you got all the craziness back home. Everybody's got a lot going on. We're all super busy people. But then you get out here and like all that goes away, man. We get to have fun and cut loose with our friends. A casual trail ride and like our level of high is different than most people because we race on the highest level. So to get out here with our buddies and just have fun and challenge each other, it's just part of it, but it's all in good fun. This is fresh off the Mint 400 win. Had really no issues. In between races, I do a lot of prep. Fortunately, at the end of that race, I did tear up a skid plate, and it's a rough course, and I was pushing it to its extremes, and I tore up the rear skid plate. So I've actually got to put a new skid plate in the back of it.
I've been professionally racing now since 2014, so 6 years. And in those 6 years, I've been doing a full-time job, working with my dad at his automotive shop. Recently, in the last 2 months, I've been fortunate enough to been able to actually become a full-time racer. Something I never thought was going to happen. I thought that this was more of a hobby when I first started. So right now I'm basically assessing the damages from the last race, which was the Mint 400. At the end of the race, I'd actually broken off a piece of my skid plate, so I was sent a new skid plate, but it's a custom skid plate, so I have to cut to fit. Basically, I've got to make it fit on my race car chassis, so I'm going to have to drill some holes in it and actually configure it to be just like the one I took off. I've been working with my dad since before I was even in high school. You know, he's kind of just taught me. He's had an automotive repair business for 20-something years now.
Hey, what's up, buddy? What's going on? How are you? Oh. Right on, how are you?
Good, just working on the race car.
I saw you working on your race car. I saw you doing some stuff on the rack and then doing it with the boys here, so
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I need to borrow a hole saw so I can drill my skid plate.
Okay.
I'm just gonna use it here real quick and make it nice and easy.
You bring the skid plate with you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But don't get me wrong, we struggle a lot, you know, arguing with each other. I think I'm right and he thinks he's right. It's tough, there's no doubt about it. But at the end of the day, you know, we hug each other and I mean, we'll cry it out sometimes, whatever it takes, you know, and he's been emotional, I've always been emotional, and it's important, you know, he's a big part of my life and my racing program, so I couldn't imagine doing it without him. So, you know, we've struggled at work sometimes, but you know, I actually miss being there.
What was that there?
It's the center of the transmission. Rib that comes down.
The lucky part is that as it's traveling by, it's going this direction now. So it's kind of dragging it, not so much as the other direction. So it wasn't ripping it off. So crazy, that's what it starts like and that's what it ends up as. Okay, well, have fun.
All right, thanks.
Keep smiling.
Love you.
All right, love you too. Bye.
Are you getting some snacks?
Yeah, babe. You want one?
What?
Jerky, granola bar, pistachios.
You can't talk when other people are talking. All I hear is what are my options?
Jerky, pistachios, or granola bar, or a fruit snack.
I guess I'll have some proteins.
Probably wouldn't kill ya. I feel like I have to baby bird feed myself through my helmet.
That's how I am when I pull into a pit. Try putting water, food, and everything in your mouth while you're in that 30-second pit, if that.
No, thank you, but I'll give it to you.
Little wheelie.
Double Sammy is definitely one of the most infamous trails out here. Even the most advanced drivers can sometimes have a difficult time getting up.
Well, are we all ready?
I think so. Yeah, those guys are
coming around. Let's do it. Let's jump in.
Hammer down.
It brought all the industry players. They wanted to come out and play and see what it was all about.
We're gonna start off on Double Sammy. Yeah, it's gonna be a great day.
What's Double Sammy like?
Double Sammy is a super cool, just hard enough to where it might break some stuff, but won't trash your car completely.
The Polaris General, just, you know, we pointed it and it just went up that hill like nothing. It went over the rocks. But those are the moments that, you know what, you get back to campsite and, you know, you got hours of conversation about, oh man, I just didn't think I was gonna make it. Or, you know, sometimes things happen and you really get stuck and the winches come out and the teamwork comes out and everyone's pushing and pulling, and that's what this whole industry is about. Everybody helping everybody and really putting these machines to the test and our products. I mean, we're better than to test our products at a place like Sand Hollow.
You all right?
This is what it's about, man.
Yeah.
Everything did its job. How you doing, Manuel?
I'm okay. I should get out of the car, right?
No.
You should just stay in it.
Just stay in. We'll push over.
How you doing there? That was like slow motion.
Yeah. You know what? We're hitting rocks and we're putting our machines on the side and landing on our mirrors. I mean, I probably saw 4 or 5 machines on their sides. We flipped them over and our mirrors were right there. Nothing broke it. And I mean, that's right there is proven and tested and you know, it doesn't get better than that.
Oh, you did it in one shot?
What happened, man?
I don't know, dude. It wasn't mattered up.
The cool part is the local Jeep club comes and paints little Jeeps on the rocks. And if you see an upside down Jeep, that means it could get ugly. So.
One of the things that I love about UTVs is that it gives you the opportunity to push yourself.
You see it out on the trails. In a place like Sand Hollow at this Trail Hero event, I mean, so many times these cars are, you know, these trails are really difficult. But when someone comes out and goes, no, and knows the trail and starts pointing, put your tire on that rock and a little bit to the left, a little bit right, and, you know, everybody's out there to help.
feeling to overcome anything is amazing. When you overcome something you were afraid of, it's even better.
All the way past here. this side of the wall. All right?
Back up. Come back up a little more and get it more,
just a little bit
more passenger.
So one of the guys from EFX Tires found what Double Sammy was all about. Found the challenges quite a few times.
I think you got too much air pressure, dude.
Fear is definitely can set in at this point, especially when you stare at an obstacle you've never seen before, or if you've seen somebody else fail. I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if I can do it. But to be able to have support of the other people in the group, you get over it. You eventually get over it.
We have a little bit of UTV stuck in the crevice of the rocks, and so we'll pull them out here with a winch just to make it a little safer and get them back on all four, and we'll get them back up that hill. We don't have this in desert. We don't have this in desert racing. We don't even have winches, but this is cool. That was a good catch.
It was slow enough, man. It was just like, oh, here it goes. There goes the nice new wrap. So, we're doing it again.
One more time. Just once.
It's not going to get any worse.
Tools of the trade. Probably in the early 80s, my dad bought us some dirt bikes, and we just took to it. And we live in Henderson, so it's nothing but dirt and trails. I was raised that way, so I wanted to raise my kids that way. You know, when Polaris came out with the Razors and stuff, we jumped into those and never looked back.
Do you always do that to your hair before a race?
Yeah, or else it looks like a rat's nest. So tonight we went out to a ride, Pioneer Saloon, and I think it was like 30 degrees, 35 degrees.
Real quick, we're just taking off right here by the gas station, heading to Pioneer.
There's no doubt that being outdoors of any variety that you're going to run up against Mother Nature. But again, when you're having so much fun and you're spending time with friends and family, sometimes you just overlook that.
When we first started off in a golf cart, we'd be trying to go in the dunes just like Razors, and we'd be on the back pushing them, and you know, it's just not the same. It's crazy how the UTV industry has come so far. Since 2008, the first Polaris Razor was made, and now we are doing everything that a trophy truck can do, and we're right behind them. It was freezing and I had like 5 different layers on and a blanket, and I was still frozen, and I had gloves on, and we got to the Pioneer Saloon. I couldn't even open my door or move my fingers because they were so stiff.
Destination rides are by far the best. There's nothing better than having an ultimate destination at the end of a ride, like Pioneer Saloon. Gives you a place to sit back and tell the stories of the ride itself.
I think anybody would think that we're crazy for going out there in the cold. This is just how we live our life. We go to the snow when it's 5 degrees, or, you know, we'll do anything because we live that crazy lifestyle and we're used to it.
Such a big part of this sport is the aftermarket side of things. Years ago, these vehicles were not capable of what we wanted them to do, and aftermarket stepped up. Well, as the vehicles stepped up, so did aftermarket. So they're building bigger, better things than ever before.
Baja Designs is an aftermarket lighting company. We started out specializing in race lighting, HID lighting for motorcyclists, and then onto trophy trucks. And in this day and age, we do any aftermarket lighting for UTVs, motorcycles, trucks, helmet lighting, all the way up to your boat and your chase truck or your daily driver.
Fuel Off-Road, actually we're the largest truck wheel manufacturer in the world. We've been around, this is our 10-year anniversary actually. We're based out of Southern California. We've got 28 warehouses across the country, and we've grown to be the largest privately owned truck wheel manufacturer in the world.
SSV Works is a off-road audio company. We manufacture vehicle-specific off-road audio solutions for side-by-sides and for Jeeps. We've been doing it for 13 years. We're the first guys in the UTV business, and this is literally all we do. We specialize in it.
So here at Casey, we've been pushing a lot going towards our UTV program just because it's growing and we have such a great product. I've been using them for a long time, and we're just making all different applications to mount on your UTVs, whether it's bumper, overhead lighting, interior lighting, and even for the rock crawler guys, we got the rock lights.
EFX Tires, we manufacture UTV tires, ATV tires. Right now we're out here on the Motivator RTs, a race tire. So a little bit lighter tire, but it's doing great out here on the rocks. No worries about it at all.
Stranger danger, okay?
There's things from every aspect of this car. Roll cages, seats, stereos, wheels and tires, a bunch of accessories, lights like no other. There's essentially no part of this car you can't upgrade. One of the unique features of Sand Hollow is the reservoir, which is always so peaceful and calm.
When I saw, all right, we've got a beach, there's a little cove here with a nice little run out in it, I thought for sure we could get going fast enough to skim this. And so it gets Cody and I talking back and forth and trying to see, you know, how far could we go with this?
How was there paintball on my hands? You first, bro.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, do it. Do you think that you can do it?
I'm confident.
You want Daddy to get in there and show you?
I'm nervous about you, because you know that skinny pedal is what it requires.
You want Daddy to get in there? We're out here not only with our friends, but guys that we race against, and we push each other. Did you just do the next thing and the craziest thing?
Let's see. Don't break it.
Yeah, he won't make it.
We're good. Yeah, you're good, I think. No, you're not. Yeah, you're good.
There's so much potential for it to go wrong. You know, you can sink a car, you can lose a motor, it gets really expensive really fast, but it's all for that thrill, man. It's that next thrill that you're chasing. Our group, and probably, you know, while we kind of set the trend and like push people to do all the craziness, certainly there's a switch there that whenever I get behind the wheel and I'm in my car, I become a different person.
That was good, but it definitely was not great. So let me show them how to do it.
It's no problem, dude. You can make it across. Just don't be afraid.
Do you see what I'm doing right now?
Is that your...
Good job. Decent job. Let Daddy show you.
There's a whole lot that goes into skimming across water on a 2,000-pound race car. It's more than just go out there and hydroplane. I mean, there's all kind of things that can go wrong, but that's the thrill of it. That's the draw of it.
I'm gonna take a little different approach, a little more speed, a little more run up, and maybe even try to go a little deeper than he did. Bro, it was coming in so crossed up. I was like, yeah, we're going over.
If there's like something deep, that's very in. I don't know. Just stay in it.
I don't know, but I think we should quit while we're ahead. You know what I mean? We skimmed it.
I'm glad to see you close your eyes too.
Roll it back, you'll see. Jeez, dude, that was close.
That was awesome.
Yeah. You know where the lake is? Yeah, so I just pretty well skimmed the whole thing. So if you even consider yourself a real professional racer, you'll drag that raggedy thing down here, you'll get a run up, and you'll try to outskim what I just did. Yeah, I think that's just because, you know, we all race together. And so Branden Sims, the Romos, like they could not let us have all the fun when they saw it. And I think cameras around or not, they did not care. They wanted to come out there just to have fun because they saw, you know, these guys are having a good time. Like, I want to give this a try. No, it's easy. It's easy-ish.
That's what's cool about this, man, is you get out here and it's these people that want to do those things together. It's like-minded people having fun together.
Come on, then. Bye. He's coming. I've got, you know, phone calls coming in, and I'm trying to fix my car real quick. And I get a phone call, and they're like, hey,
are you trying to wuss out? What are you doing up there? You know, are you just, you know, gonna wait till it gets too late and you're not gonna have to do it? I'm like, I'm working on it, you know, I'll be down there.
Bro, are you got no shirt on, bro?
Get hit.
Yo, Flex, why don't you put that purse down, take them high heels off, and hit this thing?
Yeah, why don't we? I know it's a huge risk. I mean, every time you look at it, you can watch videos on YouTube, whatever it may be, and they fail a lot. How fast are you going? As fast as you go?
I was tapped out. Still like 78.
What if mine don't go 78?
It will, I've seen it. I've seen it do
This is stock, bro.
Tapped out. Look, you can see my run-up line. You see to the right side of that Jeep from the road?
I didn't get to watch anybody go first. You know, it's always better when you get to see somebody go.
Through that,
Took that long to get you 78, huh?
Oh, yeah. I was not chancing it.
No, yeah, I agree.
Here, I got you, buddy. I got you, man. Thanks, pal.
It's pretty sketchy. I mean, you're hitting that water 80 miles an hour, and
Giving me a heart attack.
Yeah, you could. There's been positions where you're on the water sliding sideways, and it's just bad news. Any way you look at it, you know, it could turn really bad really quick, you know. I might turn on my heated seat for this.
You should be good. It'll be fine. Just skinny pedal.
Hopefully the repairs are gonna hold up.
That compression sounds so low. Wait, is Bailey gonna be single after this?
Yeah, Bailey, what are you doing tonight? Fast as I could, and I think I made it about, I would probably say 7/8 of the way. And at that point, a wall of water I went from skimming to plowing. And the RPMs dropped, and then at that point I was like, oh man, just hold to the floor, and, you know, when in doubt, throttle out. And somehow the water just kind of washed off everything, and I was on the beach, and I was like, whew.
Hey Sims, do you mind doing that one more time?
Oh, there's a leak inside here.
We didn't quite get it. If you don't mind running it up again, we'd much appreciate it.
I came out perpendicular to where I started, so, you know, it was almost a 90-degree turn instantly. So, you know, at that point, I could see everybody's faces, and they're like just, you know, cheering, and, you know, everybody's got it on their phone. I had to pull the drain plugs out of my floorboard because, I mean, I swear there was maybe 5 inches of water in my floorboard.
I heard you get the panic rev as soon as you touch the water.
I never let off.
Whiskey drop.
Hold on, let me drain my... Wait, you guys made it sound like it was no big deal. Now nobody's doing it again.
Well, thank you. See y'all later.
Yeah, one person got on these sideways, and also there's a big splash. Like, oh.
I thought I was done too.
Dude,
hopefully
it went from just a little spray to woo. I was like, yeah, wrecked that one. We're leaving that one and saying hello.
And then, you know, probably 10 minutes go by, and I'm sitting there talking to the guys, you know, Dustin, I think Cody Curry, and here comes Randy and Sierra down in their bone stock Razor. I mean, everybody else had, you know, aftermarket stuff on their car, and they come down in a bone stock Razor, and then here they come just blasting down and just blew straight across. Didn't ask any questions.
Yes. I get your heart pumping up. Oh yeah. At the end, I'm like, oh, that's a blast.
That is some trust right there.
Yeah.
No issues, on top of the water all the way through the sand, and made it look easy. So yeah, there was a lot of peer pressure. That's all that was. You know, I probably wouldn't have done it had not had that phone call from Dustin.
If there's one trail at Sand Hollow that could wrap up everything in one breathtaking view, it's West Rim.
What's going on, man? We're airing down just a little bit more, see if we can get a little bit more traction out of it. We spinning a little bit up through there, see if we can tighten it up some. Check it out.
West Rim itself as a trail is pretty deceiving because you kind of warm up to average views, Red Rock, which is still beautiful. And then all of a sudden you just peek out over this edge. And you look to your right and it is just this picturesque valley sequence with St. George in the distance. So you really truly feel like king of the trail at that point.
You can't experience this kind of stuff on, I don't care what virtual reality game you have or what you see on TV or nothing like that, until you get out and like see how beautiful this place is. Like it's amazing. Like we went to a bluff yesterday that was a half a mile deep, and you can't see that. The way that the UTV markets went to now is you can take a bone stock unit and do the trails that we ran yesterday. As technical as they were in parts and all, a stock UTV would get you there. We got out, then we got into the rock stuff, and like that's where I'm at home at. I love railing it through rocks. Absolutely love it. You know, we were out, we've gone through all the rock courses, you know, had some fairly technical stuff, you know, but it was fun. And then you got the guys in 2-seaters or 4-seaters, and it was all everybody kind of, hey, pick this line, pick this line. There's stuff that very few people have ever got to experience. You know, I've been fortunate, you know, I got to travel the world and see a lot of really, really cool stuff, but most of the amazing stuff that I've seen has been in an off-road car out where there's not really a cut road, you know, it's just go and see what you can find. there was one really cool spot that we got to that it was called the, I think it's the squeeze or the squeeze or the pinch or pinch, however y'all say it out here.
Is this the squeeze?
This is the squeeze!
Squeeze is gonna squeeze the razor in my mirror. So no, it should be a cool little part of the trail. Get real tight on both sides, make sure we can fit through.
Super tight trail. And it was probably 30-foot tall rocks on both sides, and there was holes all through it. So like a bunch of the co-riders and all, they got up inside the walls, and like it was, you know, like Lord of the Rings or whatever you want to call it. Everybody driving through and they kind of hopping out of the rocks.
So this river that we were on felt like it just never ended, but in the good way. For a good portion of the day, there was a separation spot where we lost contact with essentially everyone else. The trail guides, the media team, we had no idea where we were. All we knew is we were staying on this trail because it was wet.
We're not too far from you guys at that main road, but in a Can-Am scooting, you're probably 3-4 minutes to get to the waterfall.
Somehow we all collectively got there almost at the exact same time, and it was like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Tokerville Falls in itself is something of beauty. It's a waterfall in the middle of nowhere. We've had a long day riding. But apparently some took it upon themselves to also get a little playful in the moment, maybe disrobe a little.
It was wonderful. Like, I really, really wanted to jump in. Like, I was getting ready to chuck my hat and just dive off, but the guy's like, no, 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 it's only like, I think waist deep. Oh, no! It was beautiful, though. It makes me happy to see everybody else out there having fun, too, you know?
There was a moment in which we may not have been entirely ready, and Dustin took it upon himself to kind of get the ball rolling. Well, that ball rolled into a drone, crashing into the side of a cliff.
Well, you know, trying to get a killer shot of this waterfall, and I suck at flying drones.
Whenever we're riding like at the waterfall, man, I look at that and I'm thinking, okay, this is slick rock. There's a little algae on here. The water's super shallow. There's an opportunity for me to throw down some freaking donuts and spray roost to the moon. And it's like the kid that comes out in me every time I get into a car.
One of the things that we can always rely on with people like Dustin Jones is they always make the most of the moment.
All the craziness from our businesses, from our race team, from everything that we do, that's my opportunity to be a kid again, is every time I sit down in the car. I grew up on a farm out in Louisiana, and my family didn't have much money, and I remember putting up fence lines as far as you can see, and I was, you know, as young as 6, 7 years old, and I remember working 14-hour days with my dad. And I remember working those days and getting to the nighttime and crying because I just wanted to go home and play for a little while. Growing up on that farm and working hard like that, I didn't understand why. I didn't know why my dad made me work so much. And now I couldn't thank them enough. If my dad didn't instill that work ethic in me at 5 or 6 years old, I wouldn't have been able to do what I've done today.
You seem profoundly grateful to be who you are.
Yeah, man, for sure grateful. And a lot of people believe in me. I don't know why, but I try to be a good steward of what I've been given and the opportunities that I get. And there's no replacement for hard work. And these opportunities didn't come free. They came with a sacrifice, you know?
So Friday night was kind of the wrap-up of the event, and everybody kind of recognized it, but no one wanted the fun to end.
It feels like a dream, you know, and the way that the events played out would have been something that you would dream about, because usually dreams are so out of reality that you would never think of it. So that's kind of how yesterday went, you know, we just a little bit of everything.
I wanted to go down to the water because it was hot.
Kyle runs up to me and he's like, hey, we're gonna go do some wakeboarding behind the general. I'm like, all right, let's do that too. We've got the girls floating around on a big paddle board, and they're trying to spray them.
He's up!
Round one, perfect. Round two, maybe a little mishap. When you show off in front of girls, when it goes well, it's great. But when it doesn't go well, they're gonna point and laugh. So since the girls got their turn on the paddleboard, guys wanted it too, but of course they had to integrate a little more action to it.
Where are you going? All right.
And then the girls figured out that they could do it.
How was it, Dustin? Oh, man, it's freaking crazy, dude. It always escalates out here with this group. Gets wilder and wilder. Thankfully, nobody's hurt. I say we keep going.
There's definitely one thing that doesn't survive around this group, and that's a pair of jeans that maybe have a hole in it or something like that. Our director, John, found out just that.
Oh, yeah. I think my signature thing has become my jorts. I can't help but notice you've got some that could potentially become jorts.
Absolutely.
So, all right, filming. All right, so this is the last night of the event. We're down here all hanging out on the beach. We've been being wild all weekend. We've done warned him that if his pants got tears in the front, they're getting turned into jorts. He didn't listen. Tonight is his night.
Because you can't wear them jazzy breeches around here and not expect them to be, you know, high class.
These jorts are going to be built and not bought.
You ready?
Hey, you get the backside. We'll come around here. Just play cool. Just play cool. Y'all crazy.
I told you. I told you. They won't tear.
They won't come off.
That is American ingenuity. Please just
Jorts. Freaking tuxedo shorts.
Here, just go up.
Freaking tuxedo shorts. 1, 2, 3. We good? They're gonna go higher. Let's clean them up. Okay. Good job. Let's clean them up.
I knew I wouldn't get through this weekend.
All right. I freaking told you. I told you they weren't gonna
Tear
last
that in
around
half.
us. Tear that in half. 1, 2, 3. Ready? 1, 2. You're fine. No, we got more. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Your first pair of jorts. Your first pair of jorts.
Thank you, guys.
Custom built too. Bro, you give us a spin and let them see.
Being able to joke about yourself makes people, want to be around you, want to hang out with you. So I don't mind being the butt of the joke with old blue jeans that get turned into shorts. You know what I mean? Like that would be something people would be embarrassed of. For me, this is what I take pride in, is all of my different kinds of jorts that I wear. And so it's just become a part of me, just like the mullet, man. The jorts have become a part of Dustin Jones.
Everyone was going down the slides, and I was just sitting there minding my own business because it was freezing outside, and I was wearing my pants, and then they were soon to be jorts.
These are jorts now. Are these Dolce & Gabbana?
I think it's a Louisiana thing. Not quite sure. Never heard of jorts until Dustin Jones.
Show everybody what we made. She's be washed off. We didn't do great on those tears. Look, spin around and show them. Hold them, not that fast. Look over here.
Makes him happy. Then we danced the night away to Afro Man and had a great time.
There was a friend of Rich's that knew the promoter of Afro Man. And he reached out months and months and months ago, and he said no. And then his gig that night in Vegas canceled like 3 days before. And he was like, yep, I can make it. Each and every year, there have been amazing strides and landmarks in our industry and the people that support it. The week that we managed to accomplish was pretty overwhelming. It's amazing what some plastic and some metal and a small driveline can do to bring enjoyment and passion into such a big audience. Every mile, every minute, every stop, every person becomes a memory that lasts essentially a lifetime. It desires us to come back and to go farther than we ever have before. Without the UTV, at least in our lives, it wouldn't be possible. Hey man, yeah, the content last night was amazing. You should see it. Oh no, I can't post all of it, no way. What are you still doing here?
Hey y'all, what do you mean? I've been for a ride.
The show's in 15 minutes, dude, and your car's a wreck. You gotta get out of here.
Where do I gotta go?
I don't know, figure it out. Sorry, man. Yeah.